What's going on, guys? I got a pretty big box to open up today. All of it from Tackle Warehouse. And I've got a couple other baits to compare some of this stuff that's in this box to once we get to that point. So let's see what all's in here. One of the first things I pulled out is a River to Sea Bullywah. This is in the Little Allen color. If you're not familiar with Little Allen, that's the Tactical Bassing guys. They know their stuff flat out. Watch their videos, you'll learn something. But this is the 55, and I'm gonna open it up real quick because this was something I couldn't really find when I was shopping originally. So this is the 55, and this is the 65. So to kind of give you an idea on the different size between the two of them. And then this is a Booyah pop, just the regular pad crasher from Booyah. I've already trimmed the legs. I'm not talking about the legs, I'm just talking about the body size. But the regular Bullywah is huge compared to even the Booyah size. So compared the Booyah to the 55 size, the hooks are about the same size, the body's a hair shorter, they're about the same width, and they're about the same fatness. But definitely, if this is too big for your fishery, if the bass can't get this into their mouth, give this one a try. That's what I plan to do, hopefully in another couple months or so. I know it's February, but I wanted to go ahead and get some of this together so it's not all sold out whenever I'm trying to get my frogs. But there's that. And then I also got the Spittin' Wah. I don't have the bigger size of the Spittin' Wah to compare it to, but I do have, sorry, this is the smaller 55 as well. I don't have the 70 size, but I do have a Poppin' Pad Crasher to compare it to. So again, they're about the same length. Hook size is about the same. As far as the wire size, it's actually a little narrower of a gap, but I don't think that's really going to cause much of a problem. It still compresses really easy, really good. This is the first time I've actually held it in my hand. That's a very soft body to it. But that's the Spittin' Wah. Of course, that's the Booyah Poppin' Pad Crasher. And just to compare them, there's not a whole lot of size difference. I know the 70 size is huge, and that's my fishery. The huge stuff doesn't quite work a lot of times. I've got some of the bigger frogs, like you saw, that regular Bullywah size. I've got that stuff. Just on a production basis, this isn't what I want to throw. This is when I'm looking for that kicker, something like that, to just catch fish, go out and catch fish and have a good time. I normally throw a little bit smaller and then tend to get a few more bites than if I was just throwing something like this. Anyway, moving on. That's another one of the spitting. It's in white. Other than that, same size, the 55. Next up is the River to Sea Biggie that Ish Monroe has out. This thing is cool. This is also the smaller size. I've got some bigger of the square bill crankbaits. I just wanted something smaller to use here in springtime. It's got a knocker in it. I like it. I think it's going to catch some fish for me for sure. We'll go cheaper for a minute. The Storm Wild Eye Live Sunfish. They make them a little bit bigger. This is the smaller version. I'm gonna take the treble hooks off when I fish these, but once the bass start spawning in my area, dragging these across the beds, I think is gonna end up doing some producing for me. So got a pack of those to try. Another pack of swivels. This is size 4. Staying cheap for a minute. The Cotton Cordell Spot. These work. They're cheap, but they work. Change the hooks, change the split rings. I even changed the top one so you don't have it letting loose on you. But change the split rings, change the hooks. They do work. This is a Revenge spinnerbait. It's in their bluegill color. I don't have any Revenge spinnerbaits. I've got Revenge swim bait jig heads that I used for a while, and I like those, and I've got the underspins that they have. So I wanted a spinnerbait in the bluegill pattern, so I figured I would give theirs a try, because like I said, I like their heads that they have. Couple of hooks. I got some more of these swinging jig heads to try out. These are from V&M. And I got some 1/0 flashy swimmers. I used the 3s. I used the 5, I think it is, on Kitex, but I've got some smaller Kitex. I wanted the 1/0 to try, so we got those. Those are the hooks that I was talking about changing these out with. Pack of hooks. Some peg stoppers, bobber stoppers. If you're not using these when you're punching, I don't know why you're not. It helps keep the weight from sliding. Or if you are just fishing in some grass and you don't want your weight sliding all around, put a bobber stopper on it, put a peg stopper, it works great. These are interesting. They're from Bastrix. I'd only seen the picture of them. I've never seen these in person, but I wanted to try them on a shaky head. They have lifelike eyes. It's got like a shad gill type pattern on top. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's clear in the middle. But I believe they float. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but on the shaky head, that was the reason I bought these. We're gonna try it, we're gonna see what happens. If I wasted money, it wouldn't be the first time I've wasted money, but I wanted to give them a try. And then Reaction Innovations, this is the flirt worm. I've never used these before either, just got them to try. The tail's kind of like, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it kind of reminds me of like fletchings on an arrow. It's flat, but kind of crosses. But I just got one pack of these in green pumpkin just to try them out, see how I liked them. Just from the looks of it, I'll be buying some more of these, but we'll see how they fish first. The River Sea Rover in the 98 size. They come in like a 110. I think you can get them 100, maybe even a 135, or that may just be the Gunfish. Oh no, that's Lucky Craft. Anyway, this is the 98 size. This is in You Know It. It's kind of like a clear, sexy shad color. It's a walking bait. I think it will spit a little bit, but got that to try. Never thrown those before either. Now, if you've watched any of my last couple of videos, you have seen the smaller H2O Express brand glide baits. They look like this. This is one of them. I wanted to see how they compare to the smaller 120 size S-Waver. I can already tell you the colors, River to Sea's killing it. I mean, these colors are awesome. They are way better than just the flat paint jobs on these. But I wanted to see how they compare, so let's open one up. The tail on this one's hard, I can already tell that just from feeling it. That's one big difference between the two. That tail is real soft, and it's like a real soft rubber. That tail it moves a little bit, but it is pretty stiff. Also, to me, this one weighs a lot more. This one has rattles, this one doesn't. The River to Sea is still a little shorter, a little skinnier. It comes with EWG hooks on it. This just has regular round bend hooks. But I think all of the H2O Express stuff is VMC hooks. I know at one time it was. I don't think they've changed from that. So still a good hook, just a round bend. Where these are the EWG hooks. But I'm gonna try them out. I'm gonna fish the two side by side and see how they compare. I'll even consider getting a video of that, and maybe if you can see it in the water, posting that up. If not, I'll try to update you on one of my next videos on how they compare to each other. But definitely the River to Sea is smaller and heavier, which one thing I haven't said was fishing this one, it floats. It stays right up at the top. When you work it, it'll twitch maybe 8-10, maybe a foot underwater, 8 to 10 inches or to a foot underwater, but it doesn't sink at all. It just sits there. So I'm pretty sure if this acts like the 168, it'll have a slow sink to it, or you know, if you work it faster it'll stay up towards the top, but if you let it sit, it will sink. But I like it. We'll see how they do. And then lastly, for a sticker, slide that out of the way for a minute. This is the large crankbait organizer from Plano. The reason I bought it was not for large crankbaits. I bought it for those, which looks like it was a great plan. They fit in there good. I think I'll be able to fit more than two of the 120 size in here. That is the H2O one again. So I've got a couple of 168 68 Huddlestons that I'm hoping will fit in here too. But that was the reason for buying this. I think that's going to work out great. It's a 3700 size. Let's see. Plano Elite. And that is going to be perfect for what I was wanting. But anyway, appreciate y'all checking out the video. Like it, subscribe if you haven't. I noticed I'm starting to get some views. I've got a couple of subscribers. That's cool. If you shop from Tackle Warehouse, you know what this means. But anyway, y'all have a good one.